do a plan with me for March using this lovely sub box with a theme of oceans. Oh, I love this. Hello everybody, it's Edwina from My Craft Orchard. How are you? So we're going to set up my month, and as you can see I've got a load of lovely ocean stickers, and I've got some a paper book. I'll just flick through this. So it's really good quality paper, which is good for watercolours, and it's one of those sort of colouring books, scrapbooky picture type things, all with the ocean theme. These are actually stickers that I found in my stash myself. It came with these two as well. I don't know whether you'll be able to see them. Let me just, this jellyfish, look at that iridescence, and this whale, and I think this is a really nice box because it has these different, it's whales, it's different. Normally you get things like mermaids and things, and then this is the washi, which is like a seaweedy, and we had the month card, that's my yearly, and then we also had the watercolour and the brush. I'm not going to use those today. Oh, you can't see that, sorry. I'm not going to use these today. There is actually a challenge for this sub box, which is all from Under the Rowan Tree. There is a link down below with a discount code if you're interested, and I'm going to use all of this for my sort of monthly theme. It's also Mother's Day here in the UK, so I'm going to have to include flowers and things on a couple of the weeks, I think. The other reason I'm going to have to include flowers and things is purely because I don't have a lot of themes. Like I said, this is the only sheet I could find that had anything remotely sort of sea-y on it. I don't know, obviously it's not a theme I go for. I go for more plants and flowers and things. Anyway, let's have a look at how I'm going to use some of these things then. So I'm in my Norfolk, well, I'm back in my Norfolk, should I say. I came out of this into my leaf planner, didn't I? And I've started sort of setting this up. I've got a couple of things. Oh, isn't he cute? My son drew him. This is all of the inserts for last month, and a couple of different things. So what I intend to do, and I can't decide whether I'm going to put that one at the front or that one. I'm not sure. That was what I was planning on doing. Then I found out that Under the Rowan Tree is actually doing a competition. I think it's only open till the middle of the month, which is using all of this kit to basically do an art challenge and do a jellyfish. So what she wants you to do, she wants you to use the washi, the paints, the paper out of here to actually make a jellyfish. And what I thought I might do is I'm going to do one of those, but I didn't know whether to put it on my cover page there or whether to put it on there. I might put it at the beginning of the planner actually, because it means I can use the watercolour paper out of this book to do that. So when I come to that, I'll show you what that looks like. As you can see, I haven't done it yet. So that will be the cover page. I've got the inserts that I made, which is all sort of leaves, and then I've got some cards, some inspirational cards. There's a bit of sticky on there. Anyway, Another plastic wallet, not quite sure what that's doing in there. I've just put it there in case I wanted to drop things in, I think. So just to recap, I'm using the functional Filofax inserts that came with the Norfolk. And if you haven't seen this Norfolk before, the rings are huge. There's a great big pocket at the back, and there's a zip pocket here, and there's another pocket here. And then right at the very back, you have 1 and 2 pockets, and then all your card slots as well. I haven't quite decided what to use those for yet, because a lot of my other planners and things, I've had the card slots at the front. So I've been able to slip sort of these sort of cards in, these inspirational cards and things. So I'm not quite sure about that. So that's why there's nothing in there. So February, that's the end of January, so this was my cover page for February. As you see, it was all about the hearts, it's all about Valentine's, and then I had a section for home, which as you can see wasn't used. Then I had a section for my craft orchard, which is this channel and my Instagram, and I just used that page for some ideas. No scheduling went in. Daisy Craft, which is my business with my husband, and my personal page. Again, not a lot going on with those, so I'm having a rethink of those pages this month. Then we go into my weeks, which actually work quite well with the washi on there. A little bit of washi coming up there, and more washi, and I actually used a line to sort of separate things out. Then I totally fell off using this month. I totally fell off, and I actually went into this pocket moleskin, and I went into setting this up and putting the months in, because it's 18 months, so the pages at the beginning I decided to sort of put a load of months in. And so what I used this for, let's just double check I'm on the right week. I had a practice on that week to see how I would set it out, and then this is the week, and as you can see there's no stickers, there's just a bit of coloured pen. Somehow all this planning on this page, this spread, I needed to condense it down into something a bit more functional because I wasn't using it. So I thought, go into this, and because it's only 2 tiny little pages with the got to do's on, then it sort of focused my brain down into this. That worked really well. And then again I used it for that week, and this week, it was actually this week I went back into here, but I thought I'd use those because they're blank pages, just to draw out maybe a different use for the page as opposed to using these per day. Maybe block these off for sort of weekly tasks and only use the top bit for the day. So I had to play with that and quite like what I produced. So then I went into this week and actually did that, and I don't like it. It's as simple as that. I don't like it. So I don't know. There's another one. It's as simple. I don't know. So this is my, yes, and I've gone in and I've set this first week up of March. So I've got it. I've got what's happening this week. No problem. While I set this month up. So if you haven't seen these functional inserts before, you at the beginning of the month you've got like a dashboard with to-do, special dates, goals, notes, and then a dot grid which says hello March. I've just put a bit of washi on, which I use as my cover page. Then you have 2 pages of dot grid, and then you have 2 pages of lines before you go into your vertical weeks, and it has actually got the times down and a tiny little bit here of dot grid to use how you want. I really like the simplicity of this. So you've got functionality, so if you don't have time to decorate or anything, you've still got the functionality of the week, but then you've also got space to decorate if you have time or if you want to go back or whatever. So the way I do this, I mean, obviously with 2 dot grid pages, it's that bullet journal dated planner aspect, which I like because I miss my bullet journal, but I also need a functional planner, which is why I started using the pocket, just to get all those things. Sorry about the noise. These rings are really big. So what I thought I'd do today, the cover page, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with that. Normally it's a week in and I have a think about it. One thing I did think is maybe using these, like this whale sticker like that. I don't tend to stick that in like that. Maybe one of the months I will, because I use that for another journal that I like a journal. I don't tend to use that. I have all these other stickers. I do have that out. There's a big ocean sticker right in the middle of that. Like I say, I'm not sure what that's going to look like, but I will show you afterwards. What I want to do is a bit of a sort of a plan with me, just to set these first 4 pages up, not the week, just the month. And what I do is bullet journal style. I like boxes. That's as simple as that. So what I'm going to do is, all I do is I use a pencil just to mark in the corners. So I bring my all the way down to the bottom here. So I've got a box here, so I'll do that like that, and then I'm going to take January's, and I'm just going to lay that on like that and just mark off where the divisions are, because I've already done all the counting out beforehand. I just have to mark it off. Oh no, that's that one. That's that one. Oops, sorry to shake the table. And then I'm going to do the same across the bottom, like that. To me, using dot grid is very much like a dot to dot page. Then on the other side, which is this side, I actually have 3 boxes. So I have 4 boxes on the one page, and then I have 3. Normally, because my Saturdays and Sundays tend to be, there tends to be more unusual things going on. So for instance, Monday to Friday I work. If Harry's at school, then he's at school, and it's the same. Days are very much the same, Monday to Friday. But come the weekend, one week I could be teaching crafts, one I could be going to a planner meet, one we could be going to the tip, or we could be staying at home, or I could be going and doing some Warhammer. Every sort of Saturday, Sunday is different. So I've just penciled in just the lines using the sort of like the January template that I had, and then I'm going to use, now because we've got this sort of bluey sort of oceany, rather than do it in black, which is what I would normally do, I found this sort of navy jelly roll. I also found, sorry, I just chucked all my pens on my desk, this sort of purpley one. So I wasn't quite sure, to be honest. Looking at this sort of seaweed at the bottom, either of those would work. I'm thinking actually the purple one would be better. So I am going to draw out the boxes for this month, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do afterwards. So there's the grid. As you can see, I've left this big box here because the 31st is on the Friday, which is that day. And Wednesday is the 1st. It's actually, I should have left that line out there. Now I could go back and I could Tipp-Ex it out, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to probably put just a big sticker over the top. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do two things. The first thing is I'm going to use the washi from the kit just to put a line across the top. This washi is amazing. I love it. It's really, really nice. So I'm going to do that first, and then the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the monthly pages out that I use. So I use this one, which is the Carpe Diem monthly mini sticker pad. It's the seasons one. And I sort of, this is what I base my month off. So if I hadn't had this nice oceans kit, what I would have done is I would have gone, oh right, yeah, it's all greens, a bit of brown and pink. So I would have had a totally sort of green and pink month, because that's what's on these stickers. But if you have a look at that with that, to me that really doesn't go at all. Plus, because it's Carpe Diem, it's very much American, and living in the UK, Mother's Day happens in March here in the UK, and your Mother's Day happens in May. So I've pulled the May sheet out as well, which says thanks Mum, and it's a mama thing, it's a beautiful day, Mum, you're the best. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually sort of combine those, because I think those are a better fit than these green ones. And so I'm going to use these mum stickers off the May, but then I'm going to use the March off there, plus the St. Patrick's Day type of thing as well. So I'm going to sort of combine these two sticker sheets for this month. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the March off and put that at the top. And then the second thing I'm going to do, if I can find them, is I have some day stickers. Now these are from a company called Upside Daisy here in the UK, and I just thought that those sort of colours, those bluey washy greens, would work perfectly. I love a day sticker, I really do. The question is, are they too big? They are a bit. Might have to overlap them. Might have to overlap them. Just a little bit. I could cut them down, I suppose. haven't got my scissors with me, so I don't think I will. Sometimes I use washi for this sometimes, because I've got some day washi. It's a bit squiggly, but I'm okay with that. Do you know what? I'm not a perfectionist, so I don't actually mind when stickers aren't quite where they need to be, or washi, the lines are wiggly because I do it freehand. Believe me, when I started bullet journaling and all those sort of things, I really did try and do the whole straight line with a ruler and all that. But when you use a ruler, it sort of smudges the lines and it really annoys me. I'd rather freehand it and be wiggly than have a smudge. Wiggly line over smudge. Anybody else? Comment down below, let me know. Would you rather have a wiggly line or a straight line? So what next? What else shall I put on here? Let me have a look at this sheet. So I've got this box at the bottom here. Well, there's some of these stickers are small. He's quite good. See, all of these are going to go over my lines, but I don't think that would matter. Yeah, let's put him in there, shall we? So I'm going to put him in the bottom box there. Lovely. And then maybe have a look at this mum one and put that Happy Mother's Day one across this one here where I made the mistake. Like that. That works quite well. So the next thing I need to do, which actually I'm going to use the blue for this time, is put the numbers in. Now I could use date stickers. I've used those before, but I'm just going to handwrite these in. So just bear with me. There we go. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, before I do too much decorating, I was having a conversation with, I went to a planner meet at the weekend, and she put all of her stickers all over her page. And I went, well, there's no room for writing. And she went, well, this is how I plan. I was like, well, everybody to their own, but I actually like to put all my writing in before I decorate, which I do. So this is, let's just take all this information out the front that I've tucked in. So this is a 2023 planner by The Fringe Planners. It's a 17-month one, which I've shown before. But this is, there's lots and lots of notes at the back, and then it's got all the months at the front. Now, because it was a Sunday start, I've redated everything. But this is like my Bible. So any dates I get, it goes in here. Every date that I have goes in here. Hairdressers, dentists, school, the lot. So I always know that if I'm flicking from, say, this to my moleskin to a bullet journal, whatever, I've got a record of what's going on throughout the year. But it also means I can then have a look and say, because I always book my dentist 6 months in advance, so I've got this to say, yes, we can go then, or it's half term or whatever. So this is sort of a, I don't want to call it a Bible, I don't know what word you'd use, really. I don't know, something will come to me. But that's what it is. It's the go-to, the planner. So let's have a look. What have I got in here? So it actually tells me when St. Patrick's Day is now. So if we get that, even though I'm not Irish, because we're very close to Ireland, I do like to, you know what, it actually says 17th March on that sticker there. Oh dear. It's okay, I won't hurt you. So I'm going to put that one on the 17th. And then I'm probably going to put Happy St Patrick's Day as well. Just on the bottom of that. Like that. What else have I got coming up? Mother's Day is on the 19th. So I've got a little Mother's Day thing there. I'll put that in there. And I think I might put, I don't know really. Do you know what, I find decorating quite challenging at times, I suppose. Okay, I love Mum. There we go. So those are the two. What colour shall I use now? Oh, decisions. I think I'm just going to go straight for the blue, if I'm honest. The other thing I have to remember on the 12th that our clocks change. So we go from Greenwich Mean Time to British Summer Time, so the clocks go forward an hour. The school breaks up for Easter. And I have a painting, I've penciled in a painting competition for Warhammer in there. I have only penciled it in purely because I don't know if I'm taking part yet. I haven't quite decided, so I'm going to put painting competition on there. And spring starts on the 20th. What I will do going forward is there's a few more things I need to add to that which I'm not going to add on camera. Craft clubs are always Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so I'll add that in, and the first and second Saturdays of the month, so I'll add those in. There's not much else happening. World Book Day, when was that? Harry's got to dress up as a fairy tale character. So I think he wants to go as one of the 3 little pigs. So that's going to be a challenge to get that costume up and running. So that's really where we're at with my month. Yes, I've still got space up here. Not everything that I'm doing is in the calendar, so I'll put that in, but I've still got these sort of spaces up here. Like I say, I don't have a lot of sort of oceany sea things, and I don't want to put a lot of the mom stuff on. What I have got, and these are big, I know these aren't going to go onto here, but these are Disney Hades, and you can't, they are really shiny, aren't they, on my camera. But I know they're not under the sea, but they've got these sort of bluey sort of vibe to them, which is the same as this ocean, so the colour scheme is the same. So if nothing else, I can maybe use these long ones. In fact, I am going to do that. See, this is what happens when you start talking. So the other 2 pages, these 2 lined pages, what I did last time was I used them for one for home, one for the business, one for my YouTube, my content and that sort of thing. So I was having a think, and all those pages, I hardly used any of them. and I wasn't quite sure why, and I wondered if it's because they weren't decorated or not really sure. So I found some other washi tape out, and I did have, if I can find it, there is so much stuff on this desk, it's ridiculous. In my stash I actually had 3 oceany type washes. I don't think I'll use them. So the first thing I'm going to do is put a bit of washi down, and then I'm not quite sure whether to make a master task list on these pages or whether to just leave them open for now and say, well, you know, I'll just put notes on there, or because the reason is at the beginning of the month I already have this page which has got the special dates, the to-dos, any goals for the month, and notes section. So I don't need to put any of that information on these 2 pages. This is more, what else do I need for my month, basically. Does that make sense? So I think I'm going to leave them as, I don't like that, just as blank for now until I need a page to do something with, if that makes sense. But what I am going to do is I'm going to put one of these stickers at the top there. So once I decide what I'm going to do with it, whether it's for social media, I am participating in a 100-day challenge, and the idea is to post every day on Instagram. I'm also decided to do a Meet the Maker challenge on Instagram and sort of combine the 2. So maybe that's something I write in there. What is it I'm going to do? I could do with a home section. So I might have a page for home tasks. Yes, let's do that, shall we? Flowers or heart? That one, I think. Let's put the home section on that page. I'm not going to do that now because this video is going to go on for long enough as it is. So I'm going to put home on that one. And then I'm not quite sure whether just to have a running task list or whether to have a personal list. I don't know. I might just leave it open and just throw notes at it as I need to, which is something I did last month. I had just a page where I could just throw information at. I think maybe I'll leave it at that. This is what planning's about. Leave a bit of space. You need to leave room within your planner to grow, as it were, to have somewhere to record things that you don't want to lose, and that. And then this is the week. I'm not going to decorate that now. I haven't decided whether I'm boxing it off for tasks or whether I'm going to carry on with the dailies like I did last time. I'm not quite sure. We'll see. We'll have to have a think about it. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you had gave you some ideas really about how to decorate your month, how to, you know, not be afraid of just not using a ruler if nothing else, and just drawing it out and seeing how we go. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more plan with me's and how I set my planners up and all that, please comment down below. Let me know what sort of things you want. I am over on Instagram, which you can follow the 100-day project and the Meet the Maker posts and all of those lovely things. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.